UFC Vegas 108, Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-sung Park. UFC Vegas, another Apex card, 12 fights, main event, or half of the main event gets scrapped, so had to watch some film last minute, but it's fine. Obviously, before we get started, let's just quickly recap UFC Abu Dhabi, which was the RDR versus Whitaker fight card, and not gonna lie, I got ripped. I mean, obviously with the predictions, went 6-6. I mean, you couldn't get more mid than that. Just so mad at some of the spots I took with like Ivo Aslan, even Buchecha, bad. Blackshear, terrible. We did land some pretty decent spots with like Ricci, Bryce, even Guskov. Two dogs in a very close Bryce line. Jan by decision, and then obviously we went with the Reaper. Was a close fight, but he ended up losing. I thought he lost 3-2. Just overall just got cooked, and I'm looking to bounce back in a big way here. 12 fights, like I said. Not going to be too long of a video. Just kind of want to be in and out of this card because there are some pretty good fights, but some kind of no-brainers in my opinion that I don't even want to really get into too much depth with. But like I said, 12 fights, huge bounce back spot. So let's get started. Taira versus Park. Originally, Taira was supposed to fight Amir Albazi, which would have been a harder fight in my opinion, but still going to be a great main event. But we'll start from the bottom to the top. Now, Piera Rodriguez versus Ketlen Souza. Souza is coming off of a loss. They're the same height. Rodriguez has the half-inch reach advantage and the 1-inch leg reach advantage. We'll start with Souza. It was 15-5. 2-2 in the UFC, did lose to Angela Hill by split decision. Angela Hill just beats these up-and-comers. Beat Yasmin Yargway and beat Marnik Man. Lost to Karini Silva. Now she's losing to pretty damn good competition, I think, in Angela Hill and Karini Silva. Marnik Man is not in the UFC anymore. She's pretty damn mid, to be honest. Yasmin has potential. She's really young, but she's kind of shown her cards already. Like, she's not that good. She put one scrap on, and then everyone thought scrap on. Sounded crazy. People thought she was going to be like the next up-and-comer. She's not, apparently. And then Piera Rodriguez, 10-2, 3-2 in the UFC. One was a DQ, the other one she lost to Roberson, but she beat Knutson, which is a great win. She beat Sam Hughes, another great win. Kay Hansen, great win. And she's landing takedowns. I mean, she's landed at least one takedown in every single one of her fights. Obviously, landed the least amount in her two losses. In every other fight, which was a win, she's landed at least 3 takedowns. Souza, 64% takedown defense. Angela Hill took her down twice. Marnik Man took her down twice. Even Karini Silva took her down once. Yeah, it's not Yasmin's game, so she wasn't going to take her down. She's a lot skinnier, a lot smaller. She's looking to just out-volume you. Where Souza's a little more stocky, big legs, strong legs. She's going to be looking to keep it on the feet as much as possible. Might be hard to land a takedown early on her. But as the fight keeps going, I think Piera Rodriguez isn't really going to struggle with getting that takedown. And then I think at that point, she's pretty much just going to ride it out. I think Souza's going to be able to get tired. It might be 1-1 going into the third, but I think a takedown really solidifies it for Rodriguez. So give me Piera Rodriguez to win by decision. Next fight. Rafael Estevam versus Felipe Bunes. Now, I'm not going to lie, this line is kind of disgusting, but Bunes, 13-0, 1-inch height advantage, same reach, and Bunes has the 1-inch leg reach advantage. Now, Estevam is 2-0 in the UFC, obviously won Contender Series 2. 2 decision wins, landed 11 takedowns against Aguilar, where Aguilar has 2 sub-attempts. He's just always going for that ghillie. And then beat Charles Johnson as well, landed 3 takedowns, didn't land as much volume, but just got those takedowns and had 9 minutes of control in a 15-minute fight. What is that? That's 60% of the fight was him in control. Even landed a sub attempt. Did the same thing against Elias. Now Bunes has 0% takedown defense. Obviously, only judging by 2 fights here. One is last one against Jose Johnson. Johnson, super lanky, long, terrible also on his back. Just loves to get subbed. We actually had Bunes in that fight. And then lost to Joshua Van by TKO. Now, it's going to be interesting because offensively he's great. He's an offensive grappler. Defensively, Not so much. I think Bunes is going to be able to get him in some tricky situations. We know Bunes also has, or Estevam, I mean, is going to put him in sticky situations. I think Estevam, if he lands that takedown, if he gets on his back, I think it's pretty much over. We could see something in the sense of a club and sub, maybe Estevam minus 500, disgusting line, but he should pretty much win outright. I think he probably finishes him, like I said, club and sub, or he might even get another TKO win. Could happen. So give me Rafael Estevam to win by submission. Next fight, we have Austin Bashi versus John Yannis. Now, John Yannis is just coming in on short notice, so we'll kind of run through him a little bit. 9-3, 8-3 in Fury. He's on a 3-fight win streak, all by TKO. Even went to the 4th round in his last fight. Obviously not beating the best competition. One of his last loss is by rear naked choke. Austin Bashi, very good on the ground. 5 sub wins. Only 1 loss by decision against C-Rod. I mean, took his O away. This is a perfect bounce back spot for him. I think he finishes this dude easily. Bashi, not many lines on him, but minus 575, was minus 280, but like that was cheap, to be honest. Minus 575 is probably the right way to go. I think he finishes him. I would take a finish prop if anything. So give me Austin Bashi to win by TKO or submission. Next fight, Nick Klein versus Andrey Pulyaev. Both are coming off of losses. Nick Klein is 3 inches shorter, or I should say Pulyaev is 3 inches taller, has the 1.5 inch reach advantage, but Nick Klein has the 1.5 inch leg reach advantage. Now we'll start with Mr. Nick Klein. Nick Klein is 6-2, 0-1 in the UFC, both by TKO. The one in the UFC was against Mansour Abdul Malik. Obviously, Malik is an absolute monster. But before that, picked up 3 straight rear naked choke wins. He seems to, and you know what? He had Mansour kind of hurt as well. Like, it wasn't even a fight. The fight just got away from him eventually, but it wasn't something like a one-sided fight. You know, he almost landed the same amount of strikes. Had a takedown as well. Had a takedown in his Contender Series fight, which ultimately only lasted 37 seconds. And Pulyaev, also 1-1 in the UFC, won by decision in Contender Series, or I should say 0-1. I'm sorry, 1 in Contender Series. Lost to CLD. I mean, CLD was just putting it on him. Pulyaev kind of survived. He was kind of coasting and was just like, I don't want to get finished, if anything. Wasn't really able to show much from him, but he showed a lot of heart. Here's the thing. If it stays on the feet, I like Pulyaev just for output, but I like Klein to just mix it up a little bit more. I think overall he's going to be able to mix it up just a little more than Pulyaev. I don't know. I kind of feel like, I mean, both of them don't have that many fights on their records, but I kind of feel like Nick Klein is just a little bit more proven. I think he's just gonna outdog him, even if it's super close early. It's a close fight, to be honest. This is gonna be one of the closest fights on the card, I think. This and then one more fight where the odds are very different, I should say. But Nick Klein right now, plus 122. I kind of favor him as a dog. He actually started as the favorite. Now he's a dog. I guess people are really trusting Pulyaev, but I think he's just as unproven. If anything, he could knock down Nick Klein, but I think at the end of the day, Nick Klein might just outdog him, land a takedown or 2 if he needs to. Just try to work on the ground in top position as much as possible. He's not going to give up position over to get a sub. I think he'd rather just get the win, even if he's just on top, not doing much. But I still lean him, even as the dog, especially as the dog, to be honest. And if anything, if it gets to the ground, I mean, he has the best chance to get a finish here on the ground. So give me Nick Klein as a dog to win by submission or decision. Next fight, Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. Both are coming off of losses. Vieira they're the same height as well. Tresean Gore has the 2-inch reach advantage, and Vieira has the 1/2-inch leg reach advantage. Now, I feel like this is such an easy fight to predict, because when there's one fighter that's like so one-sided, you kind of already know what he's gonna intend to do there. And if I know, and you know, the opponent should know. And the other opponent is Tresean Gore, because Vieira, I mean, he's the fucking Guion. I mean, what do you think he's gonna do? You think he's gonna try to knock you out? He has 13 professional fights, or I'm sorry, he has 10 professional wins, and 9 of them come from a submission. He's gone a decision twice. He's lost both. He's been subbed once, never knocked out, but he can get hurt. I mean, he lost to Chris Curtis, Anthony Hernandez choked him out. Just lost to Petrosky by decision because he got dominated by another grappler. Tresean Gore is not a grappler, obviously. It's 5-3. I thought it was 6-3. Okay, 2-3 in the UFC. Lost to Tulio, lost to Cody Brundage, and lost to Brian Battle. Okay, I mean, listen. Brian Battle, Tulio, not bad losses at all. They're machines. Cody Brundage, kind of a bad loss, but I'm biased because I don't like Cody Brundage that much. Josh Frem, good win. Tricoli, good win. I feel like Vieira's in the same realm because of how one-sided he is. Now, that one thing he does well is incredible. Now, if he's able to get Tresean Gore down, it could definitely be a problem. But if it stays on the feet, if Tresean Gore doesn't act dumb and keeps his 83% takedown defense, he should be solid. I mean, no one's really landing takedowns on him. Cody Brundage landed 1. And Brian Battle landed 1. No, his last 3 fights, no one has landed a takedown. Obviously, Tulio fucked him up really bad. I'm not going to lie. He beat the shit out of him. But I still don't think... sorry, I just cursed, and I remember that I'm pretty sure someone in my family watches. Anyways, he got beat up really bad. And if he's able to stuff those takedowns against Vieira, I think Tresean Gore either TKOs him or he just coasts through. Now, Tresean Gore is also plus 172. Not a bad look. I don't really love this fight, to be honest. And I don't like either side, to be honest. So I'd rather go with the dog, the one that has more ways to win. Even if, I don't think he'll get caught in anything, even if he's on top. But I think it's in his best interest to not even get there. Let's not even get there. Don't be dumb. So, give me Tresean Gore to win by TKO or decision. Next fight, Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Now, both are also coming off of losses. Everyone's coming off of a loss here. Same height. Nathan Fletcher has the 1.5-inch reach advantage and the 1.5-inch leg reach advantage. Now, Nakamura, and the real ones know that I faded Nakamura in his last fight as like a minus 800 on that Umar card. Oh, Makhachev Morcano, my bad. That one. Which, isn't that the one? I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the same one. Against Gafurov. Gafurov was just beating him up. And he suffered his first professional loss. Couldn't finish Carlos Vera. Couldn't finish Fernie Garcia. But before that, 3 straight first-round finishes. And then we have Nathan Fletcher, who lost his last fight to Loughran. Did pick up a triangle choke in his debut, I should say. 1-1, 8-1 in Cage Warriors. Not the biggest fan, to be honest. I don't think he's that good. I don't think Nakamura is that good either. I just think Nakamura is going to have more ways to win. I think Nakamura is going to be able to take him down. 100% takedown defense. He's not getting taken down. 81% takedown accuracy. He's averaging about probably 3 and change. Nathan Fletcher, 50% takedown defense. Loughran took him down 6 times. 6 times out of 12. That's a lot. 6 minutes of control. Even Nathan Fletcher had 4 minutes of control. But I think Nakamura is more dangerous than Loughran, obviously. I think he's a better wrestler than Loughran. I think he's stronger. I think he has more power on the feet. And if you're losing to Loughran like that, Nakamura right now minus 440, as it should be. I don't know if he finishes him, but I think he just dominates him. So give me Rinya Nakamura to win by decision. Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. Now, Silva is 4 inches taller, 2-inch reach advantage, 2-inch leg reach advantage. That usually happens when you're the taller guy. Everything is just taller and bigger and everything. But Vallejos is a little scrappy little mother. He's like big, but he's fucking huge, to be honest. 15-1, 1-0 in the UFC, 1-1 Contender Series. Won his debut fight against Seungwoo Choi by knockout or TKO. And then we have Danny Silva, 10-1, 2-1 in LFA, 2-0 in the UFC, both split decisions. Was fat against Culibao, then beat Lucas Almeida. Now on the feet, Danny Silva is very good. He's very quick. His combinations are super slick. Where Vallejos is more of a, I'm trying to knock you out right now, like you owe me money and you're not gonna pay me back. So this is the only way that we can settle this. Is I want to see your eyes roll back. And how can I fade that at this point? I heard through the grapevine, Danny Silva might not make weight. But Vallejos still, which also sounds like he's going to have a bad weight cut, even if he does make weight, and Vallejos is going to knock his lights out first round. Now, Vallejos is minus 480. That's disgusting. I would take Vallejos by finish or TKO. I think that's the only way this fight's going to go. Danny Silva does not know how to block a punch. He throws a lot. But Vallejos also has a chin. I think even if he gets pieced up early, Vallejos is going to have the upper hand late, and he's going to knock his lights out with an overhand right. So give me Kevin Vallejos to win by knockout or TKO. Next fight, Neil Magny versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. Both are also coming off of losses. Neil Magny is 4 inches taller, 7-inch reach advantage, 4-inch leg reach advantage. Wow, I mean, that's a lot of things. Isn't that a lot of things to consider? Now, Neil Magny's obviously has a bunch of wins and losses. There's not even a way to even consider talking about all of these. He's lost 2 straight by first round TKO. Look who he's fighting. Carlos Prates and Michael Morales. Beats Mike Malott. Loses to Ian Gary. Ian Gary can't finish him, even though he should have. Beat Phil Rowe. I mean, wins, losses, wins, losses. His last 5 losses in the UFC are all top 15 contenders. Shavkat, Gilbert, Ian Gary, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates. Does that sound like Zaleski dos Santos should be in that? I don't fucking think so. Zaleski dos Santos has lost 3 of his last 4. He lost his last one by TKO to Chidi. Beat Scroggin. What? Who? Lost to Randy Brown. Randy Brown pretty much fucked him up. And then lost to Renat. The Renat one was a little questionable, but I think Renat did, regardless of what he does, but he did edge it out. If this stays on the feet, Neil Magny has a better chance than anyone. He has the reach. It's just a perfect matchup for him to do his old man tactics, which is just stick and move, just try to stay away from the cage. Zaleski's probably going to try to wrestle you. Don't fall for it. He's not that good. He's simply not that good. Don't fucking fall for it. And if he's able to do that, then Neil Magny should have a chance at this fight. He should. I know his chin's not there, but Zaleski only throws hard for a round, and if you survive that, what else is he gonna do? Neil Magny plus 154. Now the chin is definitely a factor here, which is why I'm just like, oh, it's not a lock or something. I trust Tresean Gore more, if I'm being honest with you. Or even a Nick Klein, just because of his chin, and Dos Santos does hit hard early. But if he's able to survive that, let's just kind of get his arms tired and everything like that, I think Neil Magny has a chance to win this fight. So give me Neil Magny to win as a dog by decision. Next fight, Karol Rosa versus Nora Cornolle. Now, Cornolle's 2 inches taller, but Rosa has the half-inch reach advantage, and Nora Cornolle has the 2-inch leg reach advantage. That's going to be very vital in this fight. Now, Karol Rosa, she's win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. Her last 2, 4, 6, 7, let's say 7 fights. She's 3-4. She's just keeps winning and losing. Now, technically, this would mean that she is gonna win this fight. She's taken every fight to decision, and Nora Cornolle is 3-1 in the UFC. Lost a split to Jacqueline Cavalcanti, but won her last one by sub, a TKO against Melissa Mullins, and a decision win against Jocelyn Edwards. I think Nora Cornolle is kind of a monster. I think she has what it takes to land hard against Rosa. I think that it's going to be a very even, equal fight. Now, Rosa does average about 2 takedown attempts, averages about 1, but Aileen took her down. I don't think Nora Cornolle is really going to be looking to take her down 11% accuracy. She's usually just doing that to fake and then try to shoot or try to get you land something on the feet. Now, in the clinch, Cornolle with those knees, nasty, brutal. I think she has a chance more than anyone to win, honestly. on the feet. Against Karol Rosa, who's kind of stationary, a little stagnant, a little flat-footed at times, I think she's going to be able to get some calf kicks going. I'm talking about Cornolle. I think she's going to be able to get some calf kicks going. I think that, like I said, in the clinch, those knees to the body is going to be nasty. Now, if she gets taken down, could be a little scary. But I don't think that really the fight plays out like that. Now, Cornolle is plus 148. Why? I don't understand. Karol Rosa's not that good. And she's losing to, like, bad competition, too. Let's be real. She's not losing to the best competition out there. Okay. Norma Dumont's a good loss, fine. Irini, Aileen Perez, I don't think is that good of a loss. Sarah McMahon, I don't think that is that good of a loss. And she's beating cans. Nora Cornolle is not a can. I think she's able to piece her up, and I think if she lands one of those knees clean, she could put her out. So give me Nora Cornolle as a dog to win by TKO or decision. Now this one's going to be an interesting one. We have Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovics. Now both are also coming off of losses. Jesus Christ. But Elvis, same height, 5'10". Elvis Brenner, 3.5-inch reach advantage, half-inch leg reach advantage, which I think could be crucial because this fight's likely going to stay on the feet, and that's what you want out of the fighter that you're rooting for. To be honest, obviously, Elvis Brenner, 16-5, 3-2 in the UFC. He's lost his last two. Lost by decision to Orolbai, and then lost to Joel Alvarez. Joel Alvarez is an absolute monster, to be honest, so can't be too mad about that. Was supposed to fight Daniel Zellhuber. Didn't turn out. Ribovics, 14-2, 3-2 in the UFC. Lost his last one by split, and then won his last fight before that. Also by split against Zellhuber. Now, I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'm kind of a Ribovics whisperer. Because I don't even remember the McKinney one, but every other fight I've predicted correctly for Ribovics. I really don't remember the McKinney one. I want to say I was on Ribovics' side, but I don't remember. But he was a heavy favorite against Nasrat. We had Hakparas. Heavy underdog against Zellhuber. We had him. He won. Same thing here. So, how's this fight going to play out? Obviously, it's probably going to be standing. It's going to stay on the feet. Brenner is very good, but for his fighting style, it seems like he likes to be in control, and you're not able to lead the dance much when it comes to fighting Ribovics. He likes to be in control a lot, and he'll emphasize that. He'll throw in your face, and he gets hit, and it's fine. And I think that's the worst part about fighting someone like Ribovics is it's a little disheartening when you hit someone and he's just in your face like, what was that? Did you just hit me? I didn't even feel that. Well, Brenner is more of a, I'm just kind of trying to piece you up a little bit, move away, maybe try to grapple, and then move away a little bit again. Ribovics is like, I am coming to fucking rip your eyes out. I don't care what I have to do. And the other thing is, when we see Brenner's wins, especially, let's just say that Guram won, he was getting his ass beat. And then even to the point where he almost got finished, it was so bad his hair wasn't blonde anymore. And then Guram gassed out, and then he got smoked. Ribovics has one of the best gas tanks in the UFC. At least for a 3-rounder, he has one of the best gas tanks in the UFC. Even if it's close 1-1, I think Ribovics is able to pull it out and outdog him. Even if he tries to land a takedown, which I don't think he does. But listen, he might. He averages a little under one takedown. Hasn't really landed one since Kamuela Kirk in 2023. This is going to be a slugfest. And this is why I don't like this fight, because I lean Ribovics, right? Ribovics minus 280. Scary. This is the price he was similarly against Nasrat, and he lost, obviously. But I think Nasrat's better than Brenner. I think matchup wise, this is just as good, if not better, because Nasrat's more output than Brenner, and that's what really stole the show against Ribovics. Ribovics is going to be able to maybe even put him away, but I think it's going to be a 3-round slugfest where Ribovics just dominates him. So give me Esteban Ribovics to win by decision. Co-main event: Mateusz Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. Now both are coming off of wins. Hallelujah. Chris Duncan 3 inches taller, 5.5-inch reach advantage, 4.5-inch leg reach advantage. Now this is an interesting one because I'm not really a fan of either of these guys. Chris Duncan, I always liked this flag, the Scotland flag. It's very cool. 13-2, 4-1 in the UFC. Lost to Manuel Torres, got choked out. Has won his last 2 by guillotine. I'll tell you right now, Rebecca's not getting hit with a guillotine. Beat Ashmus, but just remember, Ashmus fought with one arm, and he couldn't finish him. He fought with one arm for 2.5 rounds, I think, and he couldn't finish him. He was just outpointing him, which was weird. Hit his arm, kick his arm. What are you doing? Rebecca, only one loss in the UFC. 4-1 in the UFC, not including Contender Series, obviously. Some decisions, some TKOs, some subs. Won a split decision against Orobai. I think I was on Orobai's side. I'm most certain I was. And he lost by split. Rebecca should have won that fight outright. I think by unanimous decision. Landed a knockdown, 3 takedowns. With those takedowns, about 2 minutes of control. Not much. Orobai is a great wrestler as well. Lost to Ferreira, just got tired, gassed out, even knocked Ferreira down, and just Ferreira outdogged him and just was able to control him and just beat him up, really. Against Chris Duncan, here's the thing. Now, Rebecca averages 3.84 takedowns a fight, 75% takedown accuracy. So if we add like one and change, he averages around 5 takedown attempts. Chris Duncan, 37% takedown defense. Vucinic took him down once. Oki took him down twice. Torres took him down twice. Ashmuz had one arm. You can't take someone down with one arm. And ever since that, no one else. But look, he's fighting Borshev. Borshev doesn't know how to land a takedown. Does he even know what that is? Charlie Campbell also got smoked, stayed on the feet. This is going to be a disgusting fight. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of this fight, to be honest. But I do think Rebecca's going to be able to just... Rebecca has sneaky power on the feet, to be honest. I can see a club and sub. I can see him just leaning towards getting a takedown and being the aggressor to land that takedown. Even if it's just a lot of clinch work, a lot of control on the cage, he's going to be winning that. As long as he is in the dominant position, I think he's going to be winning that side of the fight. If he gets the takedown, I think he's going to be able to control Chris Duncan. I don't see Chris Duncan winning this unless he cracks him early. But Rebecca has a pretty solid chin. I don't think that happens, really. This is a weird fight to me, to be honest. But Rebecca minus 220. Not my favorite line because Chris Duncan always has that one-shot power. But he's so hesitant that it just makes me hesitant to even want to be on his side, to be honest. So I lean Rebecca. I think he's able to get this down. Even if he controls it, he wins 2-1, maybe 3 rounds to 0. Or if he gets in a dominant position, I think he'll be able to choke him out. If Chris Duncan gives up his back, he probably gets choked out again. So give me Mateus Rebecca to win by submission or decision. And main event that we've all been waiting for. Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-sung Park. I'm not going to lie, I'm fucking nailing that name. Same height. Taira's 4 inches in reach advantage. Now I can't speak English. Advantage. And the 1.5-inch leg reach advantage. Like I said, he was supposed to fight Albazi. Albazi is known as a striker. He's going to want to keep it on the feet. He might try to clinch a little bit, but he's clinching just to land a nice little left hook to you. Not really trying to take you down and choke you out or anything like that. Taira is more of that. And I think Taira is obviously coming into his own. He's very young, and he's still learning how to mix it all together. We predominantly have known him as a grappler, but he has some hands and he has some power. I think he's been leaning towards that. So then I think of the matchup that he was going for, or the camp that he had based off his previous opponent. He knew it was going to stay on the feet. He absolutely knew that. Even if it didn't, he'll be able to be in dominant positions on the ground, sure. But I don't think he was too worried about that as much as he would probably against Park, because Park is a great grappler. Now, Taira was definitely working on his boxing a lot in this camp. And believe it or not, I think that's going to help him significantly in this fight, where Park is coming in on short notice, I might add. Very short notice. I'm talking like 4 days, 5 days, which could be rough for his cut as well. He's 29. He's in his prime. He is so good. 4 wins by TKO, 5 wins by sub, one win by decision. Has not lost yet. Choked out Carlos Hernandez. Smoked Shannon Ross. Everyone smoked Shannon Ross. Another rear naked choke against Choi. 2 road to UFC wins, both by finish in the first round. He's really good. But this is a 5-round fight. And he's lost only 1 fight in his career ever, and it was a kickboxing fight. He's gonna want to take this down. Take this fight to the mat, even if it's Taira, because he's a little stronger. He looks a little stronger than him. At the end of the day, it feels like he might be the better grappler just a little bit. I think Taira could be on his back, which is scary. I think he kind of gives up, or just like kind of gives up position a little too easily sometimes, and then he'll just kind of go guard. That's a possibility, I think. But if it stays on the feet, there's no question. I mean, Park has the power, of course, but I think Taira mixes it up significantly better. And I think in a 5-rounder, it could start kind of going away from Park. I think Park's going to look really good really early. I'm talking the first round. He probably wins kind of easily. And I think as the fight progresses, I think Taira is going to start feeling a little better. He's like, this is my fight. I'm going to fuck you up. And then he like kind of just cruises, and he starts to flow. His hands start to flow. Park starts to get probably tired. I think Taira could finish him in the last 2 rounds. I think Taira is going to be able to land a few shots to get Park hurt at some point. Once he's tired, he might even be able to take him down at that point, and then he can land a sub. I think Taira, despite being the younger guy, 29, and Taira is 25, despite being the younger guy, he's nasty. He's fucking nasty, and his only loss is his last one, which was a split to Brandon Royval. The Alex Perez fight was also good. He kind of lost a little bit, and then he was starting to beat Alex up. I think he would have finished Alex regardless. Alex did look great in that little run before he got injured. Also, I think Taira is going to be able to piece him up on the feet. I think that's going to be the determining factor, and a lot of that has to do with the camp that he had and who he was supposed to face. Because his grappling is fine. Does he need to make sure that he doesn't get in any sticky situations against Park? Absolutely, but we've seen him get out of situations like that. Park's good, but like he's not amazing, you know. Tatsuro Taira, minus 370, open at 340. People are putting him in some parlays and everything. I get it. I wouldn't mind that either. But Tatsuro Taira, I like him. He's a stud, 25, young, close to his prime, soon. Park is very good, but unless he's like really ready, which I don't think he is, full camp, this could go 5 rounds and he might even pull off a win, maybe. Coming in on short notice for a 5-rounder, Taira is going to beat your ass. Give me Tatsuro Taira to win by TKO or submission. And that wraps up UFC Vegas 108, Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-sung Park. A little bit of a shorter one for you guys. I appreciate all of you who have stuck around. I know I did not have the best week. I apologize. Of course, if you want all these predictions early, the write-ups, all the parlays, the lottos, the cycles, which all also went horribly wrong for me last week, and it has not for the past well over a month at this point. Not just me, but my moderator Salty, where we had hit a cycle in the past 3 cards, not including the last one, obviously. So looking to have a big bounce back week here. So of course, If you'd like all of that, please join the Discord. It's $14.99 a month. And with that monthly subscription, you do get a free week. So you get this card and the card after practically for free, or for free, to be honest. And obviously, we don't just do the UFC. He does all other combat sports. Contender Series is coming back, which he's going to be running. And then I also do baseball, tennis, and then football when it comes back. And obviously basketball, but all well-rounded. But NFL season is really my 1-2 punch with the UFC. Absolutely crushed last season and the season prior, which is where most of you know me as. And on that note, I just wanted to say that I will most likely be doing a NFL show similar to this one. It's going to look a little different. Obviously, it's going to be targeting different things, but I will be having a show, an NFL show weekly for, the games on this channel. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. Obviously, if I hear a million no's, then I won't. I've been asking around and people are kind of digging it. So like I said, that's kind of what blew me up on TikTok too, that and the UFC. So really excited for that. Yeah, and I'm excited for this card too. Honestly, it's a fire card. It's a little earlier than usual too. It's not like last week, but it's early. But as always, please like, subscribe. I appreciate you all. I love you all, and I see you guys next week. Let's keep cashing.